Telebindu Parikha, and it was my from the very beginning to my mind that what is that test. So I started doing. First, I was thinking about how to do this. Then, during my MDA career, I did not find any clue how to do this. So I left this idea. Again, when I joined in PhD course in BHU, then again I started thinking on that, and I again tried to do this. At that time, Department of Biophysics, Professor V.K. Panda was there, and he helped me to do this. But thinking that I will not complete this work till my completion tenure, because I was joined as a senior resident and tenure was only for 3 years. So after starting for some time, then I thought that I could not complete this work. So again I left this. Then when I joined as reader in 2007 in BHU, then I thought that yes, now I am permanent, I can do this. So I started working on this area, and what I am going to present before you, that what is the scientific approach behind this test. But before this, you know very well that this urine is such a body fluid which is a testing of this is very economical, and it can yield a great deal of information about the diseases. So this is the only body fluid which is very economical and can yield a great information about the diseases. So you all know that this is the famous verse of Charaka Samhita, which emphasizes that before treating any disease, it is important to first examine the disease and the patient. And there are so many methodologies been described to examine the disease and patient, and out of which this second slok, which says that there is a scheme of general examination which speaks about 8 factors to be examined for diagnosis of the diseases. Probably this you can see this here: Nadi, Mutrang, Malang, Jivang, Sauda, Sparsa, Drik, Akriti. These are the 8 factors to be examined, and this is a general scheme of examination, out of which the 2 are on the metabolic products and other 6 are the body parts. Why these 8 parts to be examined? Probably the motto behind, purpose behind is that when a person suffers from disease, probably these are the 8 factors, these are the 8 places where the changes are more predominant and the changes can be easily recognized. So that's why they have emphasized on these 8 factors, and the first place is being the Nadi and second place in the Mutra. So from this reference we can say the Mutra has the importance, more importance then the Mal, then Jiva, then Sav, then Spars, and then Akriti. So I say that Mutra is the only body fluid which is a product from the metabolic product of the body, which can yield a great deal of information and about the diagnosis of the disease. So this is only, I just quickly skip these slides, that it is only liquid tissue biopsy you can say, and which is painlessly obtained. This is the only biopsy which can painlessly obtain from the patient body, and it can yield a great deal of information quickly and very economically. You all know this is the constituents of is 95% water and other 5% are solutes. Then why do we need examination? Mainly diagnosis of and management of renal and urinary tract diseases, and also the diseases which are not related to kidney also it can mainly we know that diabetes mellitus is mainly diagnosed, and it is can be monitored by the urine examination. And these are the common uses of urine analysis for screening, diagnosis, and monitoring. We are using this urine analysis. These are the simple, you all know how to collect the urine, how to test, and when to test. These are the simple things you all know very well. That it should be dry container, it should be clean container, and it should be analyzed within 1 to 2 hours of a collection. And for diabetes, 2 hours post-prandial is required. These are the simple things we know very well. And this is the scheme of examination we follow in the contemporary science, modern science. They are using this first physical examination, then chemical examination, microscopic examination, and microbiological examination. This physical examination includes volume, color, clarity or appearance, odor, sediment formation, pH specificity. These are scheme of physical examination, and these are the scheme of chemical examination. These are the microscopic examination. These are microbiological examination, which we follow in the contemporary science. Now the question arises whether this same type of scheme is available in Ayurveda. The same physical examination like volume, color, appearance, odor, like this. And probably chemical examination was not there. If you say that we are examining for sugar in this in the contemporary science, probably that they use the inferential mode to have an inference about the presence of sugar in urine. They have mentioned that by observing the behavior of the ant, we can have an inference that the urine is having sugar. So these are the few chemical assumptions they are using by inferential mode, because there is no chemical to test at the time, ancient times. But now the question what arises here, whether the normal character of urine has been described in Ayurveda, like what is the normal quantity, what is the normal color, what is the normal odor, what is the normal composition. Second question is whether same type of urine examination, this scheme which I have probably specifically about the physical examination, whether it is available in Ayurveda in the same pattern. I say yes. But there is a challenge. The challenge is there because the systematic way we find in the contemporary science, modern science, the same systematic description is not there, but description is there. It is there in the scattered form. They have mentioned in terms of wherever they have found the abnormalities urine as per the disease, in the context of disease they have described. Now it is our duty to just collect this information and that analyze in the same way which the modern science describes. I said no systematic description is in contemporary science. So I will come to the first question, normal characteristics of urine. You can see the composition. They have mentioned it is a apya bhava. That means it is more liquid. Other composition like 95% water, modern science says. Here this also says this is the apya bhava. That means it is the more predominant of liquid. Second, the taste. What is the taste? Yes, it is said, they said katu and lavana. That means it is pungent and salty. These are the normal taste of the urine. Similarly, gandha. That means it is a odor which is not irritating, anati viddham. Then what is the sparsh, touch? What is the temperature of the urine? It is ushna, and it is anabilam apitra. That means urine is slightly warm when freshly passed, and it is not turbid. This is the normal sparsh, normal touch. Similarly, what is the normal density? It is drava and sara. That means it is liquid and having low density, and it is light. Then what is the clarity? It is anabilam apitra. It is mentioned in case of prameha. In the chapter prameha, how to know the prameha is being cured. Yes, if urine is anabilam apichilam, it is visadam. That means very clear, not turbid. Then you can say the prameha is cured. In that reference. Similarly, what is the pariman, quantity? That is chatvara mutrasya. That means earlier there was no measurement what we use today. They have mentioned that it should be in the individual's own hand. If you join these two hands, it is anjali. And it is 4 anjali praman they have mentioned. And it is very standardized because it is the quantity is varied from person to person. So an individual having his own for anjali, the normal quantity for him only. So this is the standardized method they have followed. Very scientific they have followed. And all the pramanas they have mentioned body parts in the own anguli pramana. The patient's own hand, individual's own hand. So person to person because differ, so they have mentioned the standardized method that the measurement should be with their own hand. Then I say this is the Ayurvedic approach to physical examination. That is color, odor, clarity, volume, and having the abnormal concentration. I just divide this into 5 headings. And there is another special examination of urine that is called Telebindu Parikha. That Parikha was used to determine the prognosis of the disease. They have not used for the diagnosis of the disease. They use this specific technique to ascertain the severity and prognosis of the disease. So I will go one by one. So I will just skip this slide because this is just I collected the information from all the Samhitas, Charak, Sushruta and Bhagavata. That is, these are the abnormality in color, disease-wise they have described. Having black, having pink, having green, having yellow, having the blood color like this. So they have mentioned particular disease-wise. They have mentioned. So we can say this is the color and abnormal color in the urine in the disease. So we can have the inference of, if the urine comes in this color, then we have the inference of these diseases. Similarly, characteristic of odor, that is Bishragandhi, that means a very fishy smell, and the smell like goat, Bittul, that is smell like fecal matters, and sometimes it is not odorless and sometimes foul smelling. So these are the diseases they have described. I just collected few examples I am giving here, but there are a lot of diseases they have mentioned. Similarly, clarity of urine, the whole Prameha chapter is based on the composition of urine. That is, whole Prameha chapter is based on this. And clear like water, like semen, like marrow, like ghee, clear above and turbid below. If we kept overnight, it will be turbid like this, they have mentioned. So this gives about the clarity of the urine or consistency of the urine. Similarly, volume, when it will be increased and when it will be decreased. They have mentioned disease-wise. The increase, there very you can see that there is Prameha is the main disease where there is Prabhuta Mutrata and Avila Mutrata. Very quantity and frequency both are increased. Similarly, abnormal constituents. Sometimes sperm may come, sometimes crystals, sikata, crystals are there. Sometimes blood are there. These are the abnormal constituents which can be present in the urine, and at the advancement of technology we can see under the microscope these things can be observed. So these are the physical examination of the urine which is described in Ayurveda but in the scattered form, and it is our duty to just collect these information and present in this way. Then I come to main topic that this Telebindu Parikha, that is an ancient prognostic tool. This is a simple methodology. Probably I think in Sowa-Rigpa also you are also doing, I think so. That just by collecting the urine of the patient in a glass container, and if you put a drop of sesame oil on the urine, and by observing the pattern of spread, rate of spread, and the direction of spread, they are ascertaining the prognosis of the diseases. So first I will go theoretically, and I think that this for ascertaining the prognosis, not only this is the methodology, but in Samhita period, they are using the clinical sign and symptoms, that is called as Arist Lakshana, to ascertain the prognosis of the disease. What is the life has been, remaining life of the patient they are ascertaining. But later in 13th century onwards, they have used this urine, Telebindu Parikha, as a prognostic tool. This is, I think this is the only laboratory method they have followed in ancient times, and it was practiced up to 17th century. And after that, it is gradually it is obsolete and it was not practiced. So I thought that this should be a technique, it should be revived. But while doing this, I faced lot of challenges how to do this and how to standardize this. This is the classically that before doing performance of this test, the patient should have a good diet having 6 rasas and have a good sound sleep. And time is that you can see Nisa Anta Ayame Ghatika Chatushtaye Uthapya Vaidya Kilo Roginangsa. That means Anta Yama means if it is divided into 8, the last 3 hours, when sunrise is left, last 3 hours left, and out of 3 hours, when Ghatika Chatushtaye, Chatush Ghatika is left, then the patient should be awakened and urine should be collected. Ghatika means that Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia committee has accepted that Ghatika means 24 minutes. So Chatush Ghatika means 4 Ghatika means it comes as a 96 minutes, that is roughly 1.5 hours. That means the last part of the night, when 1.5 hour remain for the sunrise, you just awaken the patient and collect the urine. This is the methodology they have described. And while doing this, I followed this exact methodology. We collected the urine and we just collected and kept it for 1 and 36 minutes, and after sunrise we have did this. This classical methodology we have followed before standardization. Then what is the container for the collection? All Samhita has mentioned either glass or bronze, they have mentioned. Similarly, time of performance, that means Suryodaya tat satatang parikya, that means after sunrise, that means it should be examined in the natural light. You collect the urine in the Ghatika Chatushtaya when sunrise is left, and you do it after the Suryodaya, that means natural sunlight, natural light. I put a reference here. There is a rapid fall in the surface tension of urine before the so-called static value is obtained. I will discuss later on. This question came to mind, why there is a gap. After sunrise it can be also collected, but why there is a gap before 1.5 hour and you keep it like this and do it after the sunrise? There must be some scientific approach. And which oil should be used? Trinena tira talesa bindumat, that means til tail, that is sesame oil should be used. They have mentioned particularly sesame oil. And how to drop this oil? That is by a grass. So grass means whether it is dry or wet, that is not mentioned. So we tried that, we thought that probably they have mentioned the fresh grass because it has a waxy coating and it is very easy to drop the oil in comparison to a dry grass. So we use the wet grass. Then these are the parameters they have observed: the direction, rate and shape after completion. These are 3 parameters they have mentioned, and the shape they have described, because they have no knowledge of geometrical shape. They have mentioned the object shape of the oil drop spread by comparing with the various objects, animal parts, body parts, they have mentioned like this. So we face a challenge because it is not a geometrical shape they have mentioned. How to interpret this? Because if I see this as a oval, somebody say no, it is circular. If I see as a body parts of a tiger, it is a face of it looks me like a face of tiger. Somebody say no, it looks like me the, other things. So there may be variation. So we thought that, then we face this challenge. So we thought that can this shape be interpreted a definite geometrical shape? So we developed a methodology that whatever shape has been described related to good prognosis and bad prognosis, so we just got the meaning from the dictionaries and we downloaded the picture from the internet and we painted it. After painting, we thought that there must be something will come. So we went on analyzing. These are the things mentioned as a good prognosis. Karanda, Tadag, Kamal. We painted it. We see this either circular or oval. This picture. Similarly, either semicircular, and oval. I think these are the few examples I have given. So we thought that probably they want to say this. If shape comes like semicircular, oval or circular, and it indicates good prognosis. Similarly, bad prognosis, we analyze these samples that a linear or circular shape with many projections will come. You can see this, that linear shape having many projections. Then we conclude that if the shape comes as a circular, semicircular, oval, it indicates good prognosis. If shape comes a linear to specific direction or circular having many projections of irregular shapes in a particular direction, then it indicates the bad prognosis. So we thought like this. Second thing, these are the directions. Direction we just could not materialize because sometimes it is very problematic. We put a compass there. But it could not be ascertained particular whether it is exactly east or in between. We could not ascertain. But these are the classical descriptions they have mentioned. These are the directions for good prognosis. These are the directions for the great prognosis. These are the classical literature says. Similarly, rate of spread. If drop of oil spreads normal, what is normal they did not mention. What is normal? That means what is the rate of spread, how speed it is goes. They have not mentioned. Drop spread slowly, difficult to cure, and drop of oil sinks. Then from the physics, I think they will question whether oil will sink or not. That is also another thing. Okay. So this is incurable. So this is the classical literature what says I just presented here. Then we have again a challenge. While doing this, there are so many questions were in my mind, in our mind. What should be the size of the container? What big size I should take? That is the procedural challenge. What should be the shape of container they have mentioned, whether it is round or circular, or whether it is square, whether it is rectangular shape, they have not mentioned. What should be the size of the container? What should be the size of the drop? How much big the drop should be? How small drop should be? Then what should be the height? Whether it is from the 5 centimeter, 10 centimeter, or just on the surface. This is a question also. Then white variety, because there are 2-3 varieties of sesame oil is there, white variety and black variety. So which variety they have used? It is not mentioned. Then time gap between the collection test, why it is mentioned? What should be Chatusghatika? So I think it should be standard. These are the variables. These are the variables. If somebody do, I do this, and if I will not standardize it, if somebody do this, there may be variations, because these are the variable parameters. Then another is the reference value, because they have not mentioned about what is the feature or what is the normal value, reference value in a normal person, healthy. They have not mentioned. So we tried this. Normal split time, what is the normal rate of spread, what is the normal split time after spread, and what is the normal shape of oil after spread. So these are the reference value, and what is the normal direction of spread. It should be standardized for a normal individual healthy person. And if we just put a reference for this healthy person, if he deviated from this, then we can say, yeah, person has something problem is there. So we go one by one. Material, glass or bronze they have mentioned. You all know the glass is very cheap than the bronze, and it is very easy to clean. So we prefer glass. The glass should be taken than the bronze. Similarly, what is the shape of the patra? We tried in a rectangular, and because it is very difficult to procure this various shape of the container, so it is very easy to procure a round petri dish. So we use the round petri dish. But there is no difference if you use a circular or rectangular container. There is no difference in rate of spread or shape of the spread. But it is very as easy to procure a round petri dish than the rectangular or other shape. So we prefer that it should be round petri dish. Then what should be the size? We in the market we got 3 to 4 samples, and we tried in 4 inch, 6 inch, and 8 inch diameter. But in 4 inch and 6 inch, when we put a drop of oil and when it is sprayed, the oil just touches the boundary of the petri dish. So it could not be sprayed. So we think that 8 inch diameter, because it maximum it is available in market 8 inch. So we use the 8 inch. It can be used more than that also, but minimum it should be 8 inch diameter, so that the oil drop can be comfortably sprayed. What size will drop, that size of drop will be comfortably sprayed. Okay. Then this size of drop we calculated by from the grass. We are going 10 drops we had taken, and with weight by this calculation we come to conclusion that it should be 12 microliter. Okay, and we use auto pipette. So I'll go quickly because time is, and again from various height we have dropped. You can see if we drop from the very different height, there is a distortion in the. It's not coming there. Why it's not coming? I don't know. Okay. Then sesame oil, we used both white and black variety, and it is observed that the rate of spread was faster in white series. So because black oil spread slowly, so it is easy to observe the spread pattern. Then we use we prepare artificial urine. We thought that if you prepare artificial urine and by adding abnormal contents, we can observe the various shapes. But it was not possible. But you can see that when we drop a drop, it is spread so fast, we could not recognize the shape. Okay. So we thought that there must be role of dietary metabolites because it is contain all the constituents without dietary metabolites. So we thought that the dietary metabolite has a role which can decide the spreading pattern. So we just standardized technique, 8-inch diameter, whole sample should be used, oil drop should be 12 microliter, maximum 1 centimeter can be height. It is better to just drop on the above the surface only. And test should be performed as said, that is 1 hour 36 minutes of collection. When a patient awaken, whenever you can, if it is awaken at 7 am, so you collect it at 7 am and do it 8:30. This is the standard. Some video just I just put here. These are the feature in a healthy. If a person is healthy, you will get this type of spread pattern. So this is circular angle. Just I have more than 300 videos. I have more than 300 videos. I just and continuously for 5 days. I made it for 5 days continuously, and we select the hostel volunteers, those who are taking same diet pattern from Tuesday to Saturday, because Sunday's mess is closed, they are taking outside, so Monday we have discarded. So from Tuesday to Saturday we have taken the videos. And this is the normal reference value we have fixed up to 30 seconds, average is 20 seconds, and split time is up to 120 seconds, average is 54 seconds, and direction is uniform in all right. This is the healthy. This shows the healthy. Then I will just quickly say, go to that, we just use the, what are the time gap, just scientifically, we thought that, I just give a reference, that surface tension is rapidly fall while freshly collected, and it takes some time to be stable. Because surface tension has a role, something will float on the liquid surface, surface tension is a main role. So we thought that there must be some relation with the surface tension. So we did this is the Kush tensiometer we used and the thermometer, and I will go quickly. You can see on 55 cases we did it, and you can see the surface tension first stable value, it starts from 30 minutes to 120, 30 minutes to 2 hours, and it remains stable up to 30 to 90, sorry, second is a mistake here, 30 to 90 minutes, it is stable. So probably this may be the reason that to stabilize the surface tension, they have mentioned this time gap. We just got this clue. So to prove this, we have taken, we just take a sample of patient and we divide it into 3 parts. We did it immediately after collection. You can see how slow it is spreading immediately after collection. It is very slow. The spread is very slow. Okay. Then we did it exactly at the gap of 1 hour 36 minutes. It just resembles whatever we did classically, the same pattern. We got the same pattern. And the same sample we got it after 3 hours. You can see how fast it is going. Very fast. Okay. So this is this shows the proof that it should be done within, after collection, the gap must be 1 hour 36 minutes. Then we just go for the washing. Washing is a great problem, because if some lipid will be there, it will just alter the surface tension of the liquid. So it is very important to clean the vessel, clean the container. So we used sulfuric acid and dichromate. We prepare a chromic acid. So we tried whether it can be possible by washing it with a detergent powder. No, it was not. You can see if you clean with a detergent powder, the shape will come like this. There will be disturbance in the shape. There will be also various multicolor you can see. Okay. But it will be washed in the chromic acid, you can see the same pattern will come. So it must be, the cleaning medium must be the chromic acid. Similarly, sleep pattern. The patient should have a sound sleep. So sleep pattern, we just took 10 volunteers who are taking 6 to 8 hours sound sleep. You can see the same pattern is coming. And we take the urine from the chowkidar, who are night watchmen, and those students who are reading whole nights. You can see the froth is there, and you can see the irregular pattern in the urine. So it is also must the patient should have a sound sleep before performance of this test. Okay. Okay, I will go quickly. Now I'll just show you some prognosticated cases. We go retrospectively. We do it in randomly the prognosticated cases, and I will show some video. I will not claim that if this pattern will come, the patient will die. But these videos I kept here, the patient who have died and what pattern we get. You can see this is a patient of CVA, stroke patient, and it is mentioned in the Yoga that if it is Tripatha and Chatuspatha shape, then the patient will die. So we got this pattern. Okay. This is the second case, the cerebral malaria. The patient died after 2 days, and you can see the pattern. Then next case I could send, this is a trauma with shock. The patient, after 1 day, the patient died. Then this is a carcinoma of endometrium. Because we got this information after 40 days the patient died, because it was a relative was there. They told the patient was admitted and it was died. But we did it earlier. We don't know the patient was died. But later on we got the information the patient has died. Then this is a case of alcoholic liver cirrhosis. After 1 day the patient died. But this is a different pattern we get, not same pattern. But it is a single direction it is going. This is a case of CVA with a myocardial infarction. This is again 3 directional we get. This is a, another interesting thing that if drop of oil does not spread, the disease difficult to care. We got 2 cases only. Just I put one video here. The oil spread like a remain like a dot. We observe it for 5 minutes. There is no spread. From various angles, you can see we from video we can from keep it various angles. We did not find any spread. The oil drop remain like a dot. We did not find any spread. I think I will skip this. I will not go into detail. I can, if you have any question, I can speak because I can. They will take time because time is short. So I acknowledge my students, Dr. Ritu, Dr. Madhu, and Dr. Abhishek, Dr. Kalpana, and all these our colleagues for collaborating with this work. And I thank you very much for your patient hearing. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for wonderful lecture. And I have one or two questions.
Okay.
When you show the shape of the tail, so the different kind of the diseases, you know, livers and
yes.
brain and everywhere, organ. So if the liver disease and brain disease and heart disease, the shape of the, you know, every organ show is a very similar shape or different. Like so just now you show a tail bindu of the abdominal tuberculosis.
Okay.
So that oil is not spreading.
Yes.
So every abdominal tuberculosis the same result like this?
Yes, I don't claim. Say, just I told earlier that I don't claim. It is our observation only, because we did only one case, and it came like this. And in the test it is described. It is not. They have not described disease wise. They have mentioned only if shape comes like this in any disease, this is a bad prognosis. They mentioned. But it is my work is going on. I have already worked in cancer and stroke patients, and I got a pattern there also. But because time is constrained, I could not present that. It is my now work is going on for each and every disease, and I think that it should be taken more than if thousand of cases, then we can come to a conclusion that yes, this type of shape is coming in this disease. But it is not mentioned in the text. They mention only shape. If this type of shape comes in any type of disease, so that indicates the great prognosis.
So quickly, two more.
Okay.
When I saw the shape of the oil in Tibetan medicine, Sowa-Rigpa medicine, we said that when we saw the different shape of the urine cream, and that is the indicating of the evil spirit harm.
Okay.
So is there also in Ayurveda?
Yes,
And another one.
Pretados is mentioned there.
Yeah. In then is there any particular specific chapter in the Charak Sangita and Sushruta about the urine analysis?
There is no, this Talabindu Parikha is not in the Samhitas. It is not in the Samhita. It is came after Samhita period in 13th century onwards. But whatever we collected in the physical evidence I have presented here, there is no separate chapter of urine like this. But in the scattered form, in the context of diseases, they have mentioned these changes in abnormalities in color. Somewhere they have mentioned the changes in odor. Somewhere they have mentioned changes in sediments. Abnormal constituents will come. In the Pramhe chapter, they have mentioned that Sikata will come, that semen will Sukramaya, the semen will come like this. But there is no chapter devoted to this particular urine chapter.
Thank you so much. I know there are so many queries you people want to know, so I request you can make it later during free time, during leisure time. You can ask Professor. So to do the honor by offering Khadi shawl and appreciation certificate, may I request Professor Dr. Lobsang Tenzin La, Dean, Faculty of Sowa-Rigpa and Board Jyotish, to do the honor.